Good day, great day, and grand day to you all. Welcome back to another segment of Dr. TSA Series, a spiritual discussion. My name is Dr. Audate, and I'm glad to have you all back here watching this segment. This segment is going to be interesting, at least that's what I sense, right? The topic of today's discussion is reincarnation. And I want to talk about the immortal journey of the spirit. Now, reincarnation is often viewed as just a belief system, right? However, when you've actually experienced the journey of birth, transitioning, and rebirth, it no longer becomes a belief. It's a truth, right? So this conversation is not to invoke whether you believe it or not. I'm speaking primarily from my own experiences. But I bring this topic up today because I've been in thought for the past couple of weeks about what's happening around the world. And there are many things happening around the world that brings a lot of pause, if you will, or allows one to really deeply reflect on really the purpose of life. And when we kind of localize some of the experiences, your own experiences, my own experiences, some of the difficulties that you've gone through in life, we often ask ourselves, why am I going through this? We often say, what is the purpose of me going through such an experience? Why is this happening to me? And there's when there are existential experiences in the world happening, that question often comes up. And so let me first, digress a bit and explain what reincarnation is for many of the viewers who may not know. Reincarnation is this understanding that after someone passes on or the body is no longer living, the soul or the spirit of that body that was inhabited in that body leaves the body, returns to the spiritual world, and then comes back here on earth in another body to engage in another life. The concept or the understanding of reincarnation is well known in many sects, if you will, sects, like Hinduism or Buddhism or Jainism. This understanding is well known to certain cultures and traditions. However, or not, many experiences or many people on the planet today have the understanding and may not be a part of those institutions, but have those understandings and have knowledge of their experiences of going through a birth, a death, if you will, and a rebirth in society. The reincarnations really talks about, or that experience really is this cycle. This cycle continues until there is true liberation of the soul, true liberation of the spirit, where the essence of the soul achieves true enlightenment and understanding, or have learned the lesson and feel like they've learned all the lessons and no longer need to return here on the planet. In addition, the understanding of karma, if you will, is closely tied into reincarnation. The purpose, or rather the moral causation, the understanding of karma is like this moral causation, which plays a significant role in determining the circumstances of whether one, not whether, but when one experiences their next life, right? So there is this understanding in many, or from many, that reincarnation is occurring because we have to continue this learning journey, if you will. Prime example, your 3 or 4-year-old or a child is enrolled in school, and typically they start to go in school in kindergarten. And once they've mastered, or once they've learned the lessons, how to identify their colors or their numbers or what have you, they then have this moving up ceremony and move to the next grade. If that child does not learn those lessons, or having trouble learning those lessons, they will retain, or that student will be retained in the kindergarten until those lessons are learned. You're in kindergarten, you move to first grade, second grade, you move to from elementary into junior high school, right? There is this progression of lessons that have to be learned. Otherwise, if not learned, you have to repeat the lesson. The same goes for the spiritual world, hence why reincarnation exists. Again, I'm not here to argue whether your belief system allows you to accept that or not. I'm speaking from my experiences. I'm speaking from a point of view where many have that understanding. And so the process is often viewed as a mechanism that the soul, or the evolution of the soul, is the goal, right? Which or where each life provides these lessons and experiences necessary for the growth and the ultimate goal of this enlightenment, and gaining true consciousness and gaining understanding of one's own lessons. And so when we talk about what's happening on this planet, when we see over and over again, wherever you are in the world, I am sure that at some point in time, you have asked yourself, why is this happening? What is going on with humanity? What is going on in our planet that has relegated the powers that be to respond the way they do, or that allows us to witness just tragic experiences or tragic moments in other people's lives, what have you. I say all that to say, irrespective of how challenging life is, irrespective of how you have grown up, or how you've been raised, or your experiences in this or on this planet have been, and the difficulties that you and I have gone through on this planet, during or through this journey, or on this journey, no matter how difficult it is, there's still a lesson to be learned. A lot of the difficulties that we experience is because of the lack of awareness, the spiritual awareness of understanding why these events, or why you and I are experiencing these events in our lives. Consciously, we don't have the answer. Consciously, we don't understand, most of us. But as a spiritual being, experiencing this journey here in the human body, when one really delves into their spirit that has such dichotomous experiences or explanations, if you will, and you delve into your spirit, you will glean a higher lesson, a higher understanding, and you will achieve the answer, or learn the answer to your question. Why is this happening? Why is this happening? Or why me? Or what is it that I have to learn? Why am I not learning this lesson? Why do I have to experience this over and over and over and over again until I learn this lesson? Why is this happening to me over and over and over again? You haven't learned the lesson. What you're asking is, why do I keep getting left back? Because you haven't learned the lesson. A lot of people are able to achieve that understanding or learn from that lesson without having to understand their past lives, or understanding that the person that they married in this life was their partner in the last life. Some people are still able to glean some level of lesson without using or without the understanding of what happened in the past life. However, there are many who are not able to achieve a higher understanding and require going through the process of engaging in a regression therapy. Regression therapy is a tool that one can engage in to help them discover why the issues that are before them are those issues. It'll help them to discover or glean from the past why they're actually experiencing what they're actually experiencing today in the planet. If not just only you and I can really appreciate that, and if we really can understand that, if all of our planet can really understand or at least glean the information from our pasts, there'd be a so much more enlightened, pure, joyous life for many. We would rethink. We would think twice about our behavior. There'd be so much less tragic events in life if that understanding was pervasive. Bombings in countries, rapists, murderers would not engage in such behavior if the understanding of being born in this planet, transitioning or dying, and then being reborn just to learn those lessons, if this understanding was pervasive in our world, in our society today, we would not see what's happening. We would not experience what it is that we are experiencing. Imagine having an understanding. Now, this conversation brings up a lot for people to think about. And I've only just touched the tip of the iceberg. And I do that just to invoke question within your life, question within the lives of the people that are around you. There is an answer. There is a purpose. There is meaning to every life that we live. And so with that said, I want to end this discussion here, but in the next video, I will put myself out there and share with you my own experience, my own understanding of a particular area in my life, which may or may not shed light, but since I'm talking about this, I might as well. Stay tuned for the next segment of Dr. TSA Series, a spiritual discussion, reincarnation, and the soulful journeys of our spirit. Thank you all for watching. Remember that you're loved. Thank you for your support. I love you all so much. Namaste. Mwah. Bye.
And there you have it on another segment of Dr. TSA Series, a spiritual discussion. Thank you once again all for watching. Remember to click that thumbs up and subscribe. Also, remember you're loved. Namaste.